Well, welcome back to another episode of Wind Down. As you can see, we have two new guests. I'll let them go ahead and introduce themselves. They also have a YouTube channel, so go ahead and tell the people.
My name is Random Joe. We got Peanuts and Average Bros podcast with my boy right here. That's a Peanuts and Average Bros. Follow us on Instagram, OOSAB_podcast_. Check us out. We happy to be here today with these lovelies and talk about some things peacefully and what is amicably? Yeah,
Maturely.
That's it.
So I will put y'all's information in the description so they can find you. So, I don't know. Should we just hop straight into the...
Ain't nothing to do but to do it.
Well, let's hop into it. First, I was trying to take y'all slow, but okay.
No, I'm not. Like a fast.
So, the first topic we're going to get into is the single mothers.
Oh my God, you really can't.
Yeah, I tried to get y'all the...
I thought you was going to say that one, but...
No, I was trying to... No, I said, okay, I was trying to take y'all slow, but okay.
You said, what did you say? You like it fast and rough? Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Well, you couldn't get it.
At least put some lube on it. Jesus. Some kind of foreplay, a little reach around.
Yep, we'll do that here.
I see.
We poured you a glass of wine.
We gotta get straight to the point.
Straight prison style. Okay, let's go.
So, since everybody is making single mothers feel like it's a conspiracy theory, I know you've had some strong opinions.
Yes, I do.
So I'll let you go first.
Thing about single mothers for me is everybody deserves love. Let me make that clear. Everybody deserves love. Just because a woman got a kid, she's a single mother, doesn't mean she shouldn't find somebody to be with her.
Okay.
However, we live in a day and age where a lot of women don't understand what being a single mother does to their SMV, their sexual market value, because we all have one. Men's drop when we broke. Women drop.
You forgot one, but continue. Not just when y'all
Oh no, we're not just broke, but that's the main one.
Not just when y'all were broke.
No, it's not just broke. We can.
I'm listening to understand.
It's not just broke. I mean, you can be broke. Whatever woman preference is, you can be broke, short, fat, hairline way back to here, all that stuff.
So the only one for women is the fact that they have kids.
No, it's plenty more because they're human too. It's way more. It's just that was the one we're talking about, and that one is a big one. That because women love their kids so much, it bothers them to think of their kids as a liability. But when you have kids, your kids are a liability to that man.
How?
By liability, I mean, because when he come in with you, those kids gonna touch his pockets.
No, not necessarily.
At a certain point in time,
yes.
they are. At a certain point in time, they are.
If a woman willing to date a man seriously and actually engagement in marriage,
I wouldn't call them a liability though, because you knew that prior to getting with that woman.
That's why we said don't do it. Because why get into a liability? Why run through a minefield when it's a daisy field to the right? It's a minefield to the left, being the kid with the mother. I mean, the mother with the kids, and it's a daisy field here. The destination's right there.
Say you decide to have a kid, do you count your kid as a liability?
To a woman
Yes.
that I'm trying to get with, hell yeah. Because she'll never come before my kid. This is the thing single mothers need to understand, that men are peeping now. That you get with a single mother, you're never gonna be, you immediately gonna be number two.
But that's not just single mothers. If I have a child with a man that I'm married to, he's still not going to come before my kids.
Then your marriage will last long.
So
that I can't agree with that because my kids don't come before my man. Even though Levin technically is Zane's stepfather, he never came second to Zane.
Then your marriage won't last long because when you get married, the people say it's God, your husband, then those kids. So the moment a woman think like that, she already gonna run that man. And honestly, what you said is what a lot of women think. My kids first.
Your kids left you for dead, ho. No.
You know what I'm saying?
Ma'am.
But think about it. So if you will put your kids before the actual father, imagine what a single mother gonna put their kids before just a random dude they fucking with. Therefore, it's not a sweet deal. You coming in at number 2 and sometimes number 3 if she have a career. And who wants to come in already being a third option or a second option? It's when you can get another girl where y'all each other's number ones.
Okay. I can see that.
And let's get with the discipline too. I mean, I can go on and on.
You can go on and on.
The discipline part is my kid.
No.
When you doing something you don't like, when he doing something you don't like, it's y'all kid when it's school clothes shopping at Christmas time.
No, that's not the case. I've dated, I've been in a serious relationship, and I never went against him when he disciplined my kids.
True, you didn't.
Yeah,
however,
I don't either. But a margin of women do though.
It's a large thing where they'll let you discipline your kids, but they're gonna dictate how you do. Yeah. And men don't like being dictated to, because when I come in that house and you choose me to be your man, that means you chose my leadership. Now, if you don't respect my leadership, then don't choose me. But you can't partially choose my leadership. So if you choose my leadership, you choosing my leadership in all aspects. Mm-hmm. So if I feel little Timmy should get his PlayStation taken for a week, that's it. It's not debatable. But some women do that.
Yeah, 100%. But even when you do have 2-parent households, if you think back on when you were a child, you had a 2-parent household, right?
No.
No? Did you have a 2-parent household?
For a little bit.
So is that why you feel so strongly on this?
No, I just like my money.
Period.
I want to spend my money on my own seed. I don't want to fucking pay for Ray Ray Jr. Okay. I want to buy Ray Ray Jr. suit. And a lot of times, single mothers get nothing from these dads.
So was your mom a single mother?
Fuck yeah. She a loser, too.
Your mom's a loser?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, man. First of all, my dad was married when she made me. So she set herself up to be a single mother for sure. It wasn't even negotiable. By the way, you're single if you're not married. Let me make that clear. So the moment you having sex with somebody and you're not married, you say you choosing to be a single mother. Because if you get pregnant, you're going to be a single mother. Because you file your tax returns, it don't say married and dating.
But there are a lot of married women who are also single mothers.
Well, I can get into that too.
So
we don't count those.
Are you basing...
Why not? They're still in a marriage doing everything by themselves.
How you married when you're a single mother?
Okay.
You do absolutely everything for those children by yourself.
Elaborate.
You just have a man, paying your bills, but as far as the kids go, you're doing all of that by yourself. You're buying what those kids need, you're buying that.
When
it comes down to taking them places, you're doing that. Spending quality time, taking them to practices, attending to them.
So how many husbands living in the house and just literally not doing nothing?
A lot.
There's a lot of married single. They call themselves married single mothers because they are married, but when it comes down to the parenting, they do that parenting all by themselves.
Exactly.
And you know what man's primary job is?
And I say you should get a divorce if that's just your
man's
situation.
primary job is protect and provide.
But you're just complaining about having to provide.
No, for someone else's kids.
It's very
so now you're saying that just because they're married, his only role is to protect and provide, so he should not have to do anything for those kids.
I'm not saying that. He should. But his primary role is to protect and provide.
So
at what point do we contribute to the children as a father? Because that would make her a married single mother if she's doing no contributing.
Married single mother is like saying real live ghost. It's an oxymoron. It just can't be. You can't be a married single mother. But I get what you're saying.
The man's role is mainly to do that. So what is the women's role?
Nurturing.
So then I should be at home all day long nurturing.
We shouldn't be working.
So I'm gonna quit my job tomorrow. Say less. That's all I needed.
This is the thing. Kids be in school. So once the kids get to a certain age, if you want to get a little part-time...
No.
But
if we're supposed to be nurturing...
But our economy's not set up for us to stay at home.
Then we should be able to be at home, take care of the house, cook, clean, and you should be the only one working.
They're not giving black men enough money for us to do that.
You don't do that. You can't. There's no nurturing 24/7. Once the kids get about 5, because they're in school for 8 hours a day.
So then there's no one role then.
You're not gonna sit. Yes, it is. Because primary, there are roles.
See, I have a child in school right now, so I can agree with that. But I also just had a baby, so now I have a 1-year-old.
See,
so now I'm starting over.
Things can blend. A man can do some nurturing too. Now, like I said, just because the man don't make you a married single mother. It just means you might have
100% responsibility.
A kind of insensitive guy or something. That might not be his side, but that's the guy you chose. He probably never had that
therapy.
That nurturing.
I'm sorry.
No, that he probably never had that nurturing side. Some guys are so masculine that they don't have that nurturing side.
So because the guy is so masculine, the mom is having to bounce from feminine and masculine.
So now you're dealing with a feminine woman in your house.
She shouldn't have to do any masculine. She needs to just nurture those kids.
But
that's not how that works. And I understand that you don't understand because you're not a woman and you're not a mother. That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
And honestly, if I have a man in my house and we're married and I'm doing 100% with these kids, I'm in charge of these kids basically. Why, when you come in and say Timmy needs his PlayStation taken away for a week, nigga, you ain't did shit around here with these kids. So why does he need his PlayStation taken for a week? Just because you said so.
Because the electricity that PlayStation running on paid for by me. Yeah, the house that PlayStation plugged up in paid for by me.
So
the PlayStation itself was bought by me.
So it's a dictatorship.
No, it's not.
Not necessarily.
No, you're trying to bully him. You're not. When you say I did this, you don't have nothing to say. You devaluing all his contribution. You're acting as if your 100% nurturing is more important than this 100% slaving. Maybe out there busting their asses, putting up with bosses and doing shit.
And if this isn't a society where we have to stay at home, we have to work. True. They do not give black men enough money for black women to stay at home and just be moms. They're not paying y'all enough.
True.
So we have to go out and work too. So you're not the only one slaving. I'm slaving too.
So that man should help in the other stuff.
But he's not though. So that's why she's a married single mother.
Well, that's awesome.
It's a double entendre, but I mean, that's what it is though.
But in that case, then don't be with him.
Period. Exactly.
In that case, don't be with that man.
But now she's a single mother for real. And now she's going to have to find a stepfather. And now we're just
backing up.
But that's the thing, though. Men understand when a woman has a bad case and she's a single mother that way. First of all, if you were married and you become a single mother, we know you already did it right. Because you were married. Shit don't work out.
No,
if he beat
you didn't do it right.
If he beat
you,
he cheat on you leave.
Because that has nothing to do with doing it right. If you get married and get divorced, you obviously didn't do it right.
No, actually, you did it right. It's just that
you did it with the wrong person.
He could have been.
So then why can't that be with regular people?
Because you made a kid before. You made yourself a single mother off the raw dog flat back fucking off the rip. You plan to be a single mother when you're having sex with a man first of all, most of these dudes don't have shit off the rip. When you think about your baby dad, if you think back in the past and ask yourself, did he have the resources,
he was
the career,
maybe, I don't know.
See, that's my point. If you the moment you have kids with somebody that can't provide that stuff, you're already making mistakes.
Yeah.
That man better have a house.
He did.
A career.
He did.
As a teenager?
Yes. When my baby daddy graduated high school, he got his own apartment. He had 2 jobs. Yeah. My baby daddy had his shit together. He most definitely did.
Then that part was good then. Yeah. The only part was the commitment. You didn't get
that? He wasn't for me. No, I left. He wasn't for me.
Yeah. But the thing is, and that's what I'm saying, and he probably wasn't for you, and you saw signs of that.
Was it like the stuff that he was doing behind scenes, or was it just him as a person, like him having the 2 jobs and having his own place, you weren't comfortable there? Or?
No, I was definitely, he had his shit together. He had 2 jobs, own place, own truck, he had all of that.
Did he cheat on you? Or?
No.
What's the problem then?
It was...
Weak energy, or?
No. He wasn't the man for me because once I got pregnant, I've always been, because my grandmother raised me, I've always been a couple years older mentally than even more than a lot of other women. I've always been a couple of years older than the women amongst me because I was raised by my grandparents. So when I got pregnant, my mindset as a mother, you're already going to just jump right into it. Men, y'all aren't like that. But for me, as a 17-year-old, I was pregnant. I was trying to get through my senior year. When he showed me what type of man he was going to be as a father, that's where I was like, no, thank you, I'm good.
I mean, what did he show you?
What did he do exactly that?
Yeah, what did he show you?
I gotta go.
He showed me that when it came down to coming in, like, I lived with him. I was pregnant. He never really did this, but once I got pregnant, he would go out with, you're trying to do your last little big one with your friends. I understand. But that's where the disrespect started. Now you're having house parties and you're having girls that went to high school with you sitting on your bed. That's disrespectful to me.
So how old was he?
At the time, 19.
He was a child.
Absolutely. But like I said, my mindset, even amongst other women, has always been older. But when I realized something wasn't right for me, I left.
But that's where the problem lies.
And I don't have to wait for somebody to grow.
Women have kids with guys, and then once something don't go right, they dip. But the thing is that you gotta think that
he also put his hands on his second baby mama, so I dodged a bullet.
But that guy was 19.
Okay, that's not as serious. She was young too.
That's my point. Yeah, he was young.
Nobody has to wait on anybody to grow.
But you made a life with him, and that's worth. When you make a life with somebody,
it's not worth.
It's worth waiting for simple maturity.
No, because once I had my son, I wanted to go off to college. I got into several universities, and one of those universities was out of state. He told me that if I tried to go off to a university that was any more than an hour away, he was taking my son.
The male mind doesn't completely mature to the age of 27.
Understandable, and I don't have to wait on that.
Yeah.
So that's my point. That's why you don't get knocked up by people under that age. And if you do get knocked up by people under that age, they're not the bad guy, really. They're just being themselves.
I didn't say he was a bad guy. He's a great guy.
So exactly.
But he just wasn't for me.
If you had a waited.
No, I don't have to wait on anybody to grow.
Even to get science?
I don't have to wait.
No.
I don't have to wait. Science is man-made, first of all. I don't have to wait on anybody to grow.
Science is man-made, but it's also been proven.
We're not obligated to wait around
too.
for people to get their shit together.
But this
just
is
like they're
no one
not
has
obligated to wait on me to get myself together.
It's a difference between waiting to get your shit together and waiting for you to biologically develop.
No one has to wait on anybody to do anything.
Well,
and I didn't have to wait on him because, like I said, his second baby mother, he put his hands on her because they had a heated argument.
But you didn't know that at the time.
We would have heated arguments. And he would step into my face like this. Back up. Because I grew up in an abusive household. So if a man gets in my face like that, you ask him to get body slammed. So yeah, once stuff gets like that, there's without me trying to get too much into my personal life, there are signs that he was showing. He was showing signs that he could put his hands on somebody if you guys got heated enough.
If that's the case,
so yeah, no,
it's good you got out. And you're right, you don't have to wait for anyone. But the pattern I see is that a lot of times these days, not saying your situation, people hop out at the first instant of discomfort. And that's cool if y'all just fucking and kicking it and it's just you two. The first time somebody do something you don't like, you can do it. But with a kid involved, there should be a little more patience in it. Because
depending on the circumstance, I would say. But
if he just got some personality quirks you don't like.
But are we going to change that though? I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Because that's what a lot of these things seem to be, is a lot of repeating yourself. I don't like this. I don't want this happening to me. I will not accept this in a relationship. It's a lot of repeating yourself about the same issue over and over. How many times am I going to have to do that until you're 28, you said?
At these days, you got to put maturity in involved. Now, if you're dealing with a grown man like now, you shouldn't have to tell him that shit for all those times. So your situation is unique and different. Because a lot of people do it, but on average, it's not the norm to get pregnant at 17. So most people do it in their 20s. So 9 times out of 10, you're dealing with a man in his early to mid 20s. So it's certain conversations that shouldn't be had or won't be had that you shouldn't expect to have repeatedly.
So
just due to average maturity level.
My question would be, why do you think there is so many single mothers, not even going with our ages, but in general?
Oh, what you think, Mike?
Well, I mean, me personally, I just think, kind of going back to what he said, you kind of sleep with the wrong guy. Like I tell them all the time, girls see a guy oh, this guy's fine. Light skin, tattoos.
When are we going to get off?
Don't put that on me.
Or he could be dark chocolate, someone that looks like.
But my thing is, when are we going to get off the women and start gearing towards why men don't do what they're supposed to be doing?
What do you mean by doing what they're supposed to be doing?
even if we decide to split, you should still be a father to that child.
Like Corey Holcomb said, some men only love you as much as they love you. They love your mother.
Well, that's a whole different thing. You got
some men
single
just
mothers.
don't love you.
You got
Like, I'm not even talking about relationship wise. I'm talking about why are there so many daddies not around?
Well,
And I-
no.
I have a question though.
Because now there's more fathers. Fathers are starting to be more in their child's lives now. It's not like how it was back in the day. You know, and then a lot of times, so the father, like, there's more families, so there's less divorces, I would say.
No, there's just 10 divorces like within a week.
Those are family.
But I know for a
that should
fact,
have never
like,
been together.
especially with black men, we're more in the kids' lives more than any other race. It's the numbers are out there, like it's true.
80% of divorces are initiated by women, and it's not infidelity and the domestic abuse as people think. Sometimes just be on board with you. I'm not feeling you no more.
Just differences.
I agree with
That
you.
happens.
And that's what all those celebrity divorces are. They're all
Yeah.
just differences.
There's just
that could be
differences,
settled.
and that happens. Like you get with someone, like, oh, y'all cool, y'all vibe.
Yeah, but
And then-
I'm off the relationships. I'm talking about in general parenting.
Oh, why the deadbeat dads? Why the dads don't help?
Yeah.
Because
Why is there so many quote unquote single mothers and the dads just get to run off and live their best life and
easy.
Are they paying child support?
Because y'all choosing guys.
I mean, because if they're paying child support, I mean, I think as long as they're paying child support and they're getting some type of support, then it's fine.
no, it's not fun.
Well, a
It
lot of
takes more
times-
than financial to raise a kid.
So because you give me $200 a month, you shouldn't have to call or check in on your child
it takes
ever.
more than that to raise a child.
I mean,
So I'm gonna tell my child, I'm sorry, baby, your daddy's not coming over here to hang out with you because he gave me $200 on
maybe
Thursday.
he doesn't want to deal with the mom. Maybe the mom gives
No,
him issues all the time.
Because
Because I see that a lot of times. Like
That does
some
happen.
kids do want to, some guys do want to see their kids, but the fact that their mom, the mother, throws so much bullshit at them, they just don't even want to deal with that.
there are women out here like that.
You know.
I can give you that. But
Because
what
I know
about
a
the
guy
women
personally. Like
that are
he got another lady pregnant, but the baby mama, like, she gives us so much bullshit. Like he doesn't
He
want
don't even
nothing. He can't even see the child. Like the
Don't
moment he
even
sees the
want
child,
to.
the mom's gonna give him shit. So he's just like, I'd rather just pay.
See, that's
I would like to see her when she
that's
turns
under-
18.
That's understandable.
Maybe she'll come around.
Yeah,
my
that's
son and
understandable.
sister, that's what they're going
I'm
through.
speaking
It's a
on
pain.
the ones that don't have that crazy baby mama and they just don't do anything.
See, I go back on
Well,
what Corey
I mean,
Holcomb said. Have y'all seen that? What Corey Holcomb said on a radio interview?
No, I haven't
He
seen
said that a lot of the times, he was really more so speaking on 50 Cent and his son. How he was like, I will pay you just to hang out with me.
Oh, the
It's-
$6,700.
Yes, and he was like, sometimes men, fathers, when they split up from the mothers, they can't with you because they loved the mother.
Right.
And now that you're here, that wasn't it.
And that's another.
Like, is that really like they only
That's
love
not-
their kids as much as they love the mother sometimes? Is that
Well,
That-
maybe a lot of times it's even more than that. Like they're just really trying to get with the mom, and then they had a kid or whatever. And
Did
they
you
were
say
expecting it.
chapter?
The
I
man,
wouldn't say trapped her, but
they just
I mean
weren't
like
supposed to have a baby?
they
because
just
they
they weren't trying to have a baby, but it just
Yeah.
and
accidents
now that
happen.
we're not together
And then they're
anymore.
not together, and so it's just like he was like, "Fuck." I was just really like, just hypothetically speaking, he's sitting down with the child. Basically, like, I mean, I just like your mom. Like, I wasn't trying to expect. I wasn't expecting you.
well,
Like,
Not that.
but then again,
but I just don't see. But honestly, like, from my perspective, like, because what you're talking about, I don't see a lot of guys that are not trying to be in their child's life. Because almost every guy that I know that has kids,
I see a lot of
they're involved. You know, like even if like they have the worst relationship with the mom, like
They still try to
they're involved. Like so, I've heard of the term deadbeat, but from like
It's
a
different
long
period.
time, it's a different
It's
time
different.
period. And I remember, but it's like and to answer your question about that, I mean that could be like the product of their family, like the product of like how they're raised, their environment. So
Correct.
maybe their parents wasn't shit. They didn't see their parents together, or
Right.
something went wrong in that family, and so that's why that guy was the way he was. But and then he's just out here impregnating people, and just not have nothing to do with his kids. But if this like
when black men or just men in general, when y'all say things like that, it's just a product of my environment, But it's like, it's really hard, especially as a black woman, it's really hard to feel bad for black men sometimes, because there's a large margin of black men running around spreading that y'all should empathize with us. So why do I empathize with y'all? I really wish that, I really do. I would love for black men to open up more, be more emotional in communication. I would love it. But it's hard for me to feel bad when there's a large margin of men that are like, I don't feel bad for women. I don't feel bad for y'all. It's like, well, motherfucker, I don't feel bad for you neither.
Then again, for my experience, you know, like I grew up like, I don't know, I wasn't the best looking guy or whatever, but like I grew up like around some grimy girls. Like they said, oh, you ugly, this and that. Like just girls that were just, I don't fuck with you. Some girl told me, she was like, you know what? No offense, you're just ugly. You know.
So
and then like, you know, a couple of years like recently, I saw her at a Walmart. Girl looked like a fucking
train wreck.
Train wreck. Like she was white, by the way, but she didn't age well. So she looked like she got into a couple of like
don't let her look
drugs and stuff like that. So she didn't look the best. I didn't say anything to her. I just kind of
I would have looked her dead in her face and said, you know what? No offense, but you are ugly.
Yeah. But you know what? I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna even say anything. I'm just gonna look
and shake my head.
And I just let her go.
I think it's hard to sympathize with people that can be so cruel sometimes, and women are really good at being cruel to men. Because
I think it could be both sides.
True. I mean, men are cruel too, but a lot of times people are cruel. Society is cruel to men more so in general because we supposed
But as a black man, we should be your safe space. We supposed to not have feelings. Honestly, we should be each other's safe space. Yeah. We really should.
But to answer her original question, it's so many. You see so many baby daddies like that literally do nothing because women are choosing men of poor character. That man should have never been an option. First of all, if he didn't have the resources to do nothing, he should have never been an option. Because here on Opinion Us Average Bros, we're full support of bro boys don't deserve no pussy.
Yeah.
So if a man making under $50,000 a year, he shouldn't even be able to have sex. Because there's no way you can support a family out of that.
Those men are mean anyway. As a woman, I don't even understand why you would want to date a man that is broke or financially unstable. Because they are the meanest people.
Pretty Ricky Fontaine. They see him and they're just like, oh, this nigga's fun.
It's a guy right now
with no job. That's like signing up for somebody to be mean to you.
It's a guy right now with no job. No, not even a guy. It's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of guys right now with no job that had sex last night.
Yeah.
Somebody with no job had raw dog sex with somebody's daughter, and it makes no logical sense. Because that man could not buy Pampers or if he even wanted to. And then again, usually when a woman get pregnant in these days, she get pregnant within the first month to 3 months of knowing that guy. Sometimes 6. But the thing is, you don't really, not all, just
not you, Deja, but a lot of single mothers out here got pregnant within the first few months of dating that guy.
So you're picking on you?
No, ma'am. Me and Roger were dating for 2 years before I got pregnant. But I was also in high school, and so were you.
Yeah.
These women right now, getting pregnant right now, they're getting pregnant within the first few months. They are.
And you don't know a person until a year or two of being around them. Because the first 2 or 3 months, they're going to be on their best behavior.
Yeah.
Less about them. Because they're probably not doing shit anyway. But me? Always been on my shit. Always had my own shit. Always had a clear head on my shoulders. And always took care of my kids the way that I needed to, when I needed to, how I needed to. The way these other raggedy bitches are taking care of their households and running their ships don't have nothing to do with me. So I'm not gonna allow you, Joe, to sit in Aaliyah's face and say your point's devalued because you have a kid. No, that's how you feel. So if you can get every man, that is how you feel, because you're just one man. If you can get, besides you two, if you can get every man walking this earth to sit in front of my face in this entertainment room and say your points, but you're going to, because that's the type of person I am.
That's asinine.
You know, you will allow somebody to sit in your face and say, hey Joe, your points are valueless. And you'll say, huh, okay.
No,
But
because
you're not gonna sit in my face and say
I got
that.
enough confidence not to get bothered by it. I'd be like, whatever, nigga, I'm finna go
That
to
has
my
nothing to do with
$360,000 house.
That has
I'm finna
nothing
go
to do with
invest
confidence.
in me some more stock.
That has nothing to do with
somebody
confidence. It's
said my life
everything
don't
to do
have
with
value.
character. If you're gonna let someone sit in your face and devalue you,
That's their opinion.
exactly. So, like I said before, that's your opinion. You're telling me it's not. So thank you.
No, you actually
You just said
you're not listening to what I'm telling you.
because I'm not gonna let you sit
But
here and
you-
say
but-
I'm
but you
valueless.
you tell me what I'm telling you.
No, because now you're contradicting
I'm not
yourself.
because you're not. You won't let me finish.
No, I'm not going to
Well, let me-
ignore.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Aaliyah.
Alright.
What I'm saying is a common understanding of men, and this don't come.
What man?
Hold on, let me
That's
finish.
why I said
Let me
I need
finish.
every man on
Let
this
me
planet
finish.
to stand
This
in
don't
this
come
room.
from the men I know. This is from
The men you
Look,
know. How many men
I
you
said,
know?
I said this don't come from the men I know. This come from decades of fucking life, living in several countries, in several states. This come from being in the
So then you should have no problem lining the motherfuckers up so they can stand in my
This
face
comes
and
from
tell me
being
that.
this
You
comes from
know.
being in the military around men from all nationalities and all over the country and the world. From Chile, I lived in Korea for a year and a half. This comes from hours and hours of watching YouTube, hours of fucking research, reading the comments.
There was a man on YouTube
this
who
is just not the
said
man.
that women are single mothers are easy and we give the pussy up easy. But then all of the men who say stuff about single mothers, it's y'all are always busy. So when am I making time to get ran through? Like I said, these are a lot of opinions that y'all are spilling that are not fact. Just because you can get a large collective of men that you sat with in the military to say single mothers lose value when they have kids. I didn't ask you for that. I told you, Joe, since you know all these men, I need every man walking this planet to sit in my face and say, yeah, girl, you lost value because you had a kid.
So-
and if you can't do that,
So
get my bag.
So are you saying that a man
Didn't have to do shit,
any
but
situation,
hang out with me.
Any-
Every time he was with me, it was with me.
can we agree kids are liabilities to men that's not theirs? Any situation with a liability has a lower value than a situation without a liability. That's all I'm saying. Any situation with a liability has a lower value than one without. And all kids are liabilities. Therefore, through transference, when you fucking have a kid, the value goes down of the situation because you come involved with liability. We are a package deal. I'm 24, you 24. I like playing Madden. I'm fucking young. That's a liability.
Yeah.
It's not the same. I'd rather get with a girl who don't have to get a sitter. I'd rather get with a girl who don't have baby daddy problems. Not saying you do, but you can avoid all that by just not getting one.
So if that's the case, if having a woman with no children is so much better, why the fuck are y'all still complaining about women in general?
Who is?
Y'all are.
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry, but the messages you sent her with them podcasts,
Oh,
Darius
yeah.
M, all of his videos are about
Oh
women.
no, yeah. I
So
just
that's what I'm saying.
I just thought
If dating a single mother is a liability and dating a woman without kids is so much better, why the fuck are y'all still complaining?
I just thought he had some good points.
He
He
didn't.
didn't. He was the same man who said single mothers are ran through and
Yeah.
easy, but y'all are the same
Well,
ones
I
that
didn't
say
hear
we're
that
too
part.
busy.
Well, obviously you didn't watch it.
He's in the streets.
No.